Today I'm going to be channeling my inner Ricky Bobby because we are going fast. We are talking about a NAYA aggro deck, and this is going to try to combine two different mechanics into one perfect PB&J sandwich. We are talking about the mechanics of haste and treasures. Now, we have two engine pieces to this deck. It's going to be the Facebreaker and the Agnes. The Facebreaker allows us to create a treasure every time one of our creatures hits our opponent in the face, and then the Agnes allows us to create a treasure every time a haste creature comes in and attacks the opponent. So there's going to be a lot of treasure going on because the rest of our deck has a ton of haste creatures. Now, you might be asking yourselves,
well, what are we going to do with all that extra treasure?
That's a great question, Timmy. We're going to be using that treasure for an alternative win con here with the Dragon Spark Reactor. Now, if you guys don't know, this is an artifact that comes in and puts a charge counter on itself for every time an artifact enters the battlefield. Hence all the extra treasures we're going to be pumping into this thing. It's going to be putting a ton of charge counters onto this Dragon Spark Reactor, and then we can use those charge counters to throw a big fireball at our opponent's face in the late game. It's a really fun alternative way to win the game, and the deck was a blast. I hope you guys enjoy it today, man. It's pretty simple. We're going aggro, we're going face, we're turning them sideways, but there will be a full deck breakdown at the end of today's video if you want to stick around for that. And in the meantime, there's a link below in the description for the full deck list. And if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff helps out a ton, and I would greatly appreciate it. With that being said though, guys, enjoy today's video. We'll see you at the end. Peace. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about some aggro, which is kind of unusual for the channel, to be honest, and I'm sure a lot of people did not click on today's video because of that reason. We are also very low in the mythic numbers here today because we did just get there, and we got there extremely late, but it should be a lot of fun because aggro, it may normally be pretty boring and usual suspects, but today we're actually trying something with a little bit of nuance. We're trying to get the Dragon Spark Reactor to be our viable win con of sorts when we just basically spit out an infinite amount of treasures throughout today's build. So, and we do draw the reactor to kick things off, but without any way to generate treasures, it's kind of useless right now. So I am gonna go for the actual Gala Greeters play over the reactor this time. Hopefully we find Facebreaker. That would be a great way to start things off, because then we can start spitting treasures out like crazy. All right, it's a 2/2 as long as you control another wolf or werewolf. It gets 1/0. Got it. Okay, well, let's go reactor now. I'm gonna try to build this reactor up as fast as I possibly can, so let's get it out early. We had better options there, I'm sure, with the Stormseeker, but I just think that getting the reactor out first should take priority here. We do have the Agnes next turn, which does spit us out 2 treasures, so that's really nice. We should have a pretty good attack here. All right, as long as you control another wolf or werewolf, this gets 1/0 and has trample. Add 1 mana of any color. Okay, add 2 mana if it transforms. Got it. Okay, so they're off to a pretty fast start. Agnes comes in. Let's go ahead and do we want to combat the damage we're taking here by gaining life? That might be worthwhile, seeing we're going up against the mirror aggro matchup here. We get the treasures regardless when we attack with anything with haste, so let's just keep sending the hasty creatures through and then maybe just gaining the life with the Gala Greeters to keep us one-upping the opponent every time. We negate the damage they deal, we deal damage of our own. I think that's a fair game plan, to be honest. Howling Moon's gonna turn it to nighttime, right? Am I at the beginning of combat on your turn, target wolf or werewolf you control gets 2/2 to the end of turn. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell, create a wolf token. Okay, so we got to be careful about casting 2 spells a turn, which is kind of what we do best. All right, they're full sending. That's fine. That is okay. Again, let's just gain that life, try to negate the pressure that, you know, they put us under. There may be a reason or two why we might want to keep a Gala Greeters back. I don't think there's going to be any reasons for us to, but you never know. So let's just leave it back just in case we have to make like an emergency block here. The 3/2 does have trample, so that's not going to be something we're blocking, but you never know. There might be a big creature coming down here that might pressure us enough to where we have to make a block to hopefully save ourselves. We do have a reactor for 4, so even if if they attack with everything here and we do make a chump block, we should be able to get lethal on the return fire because we got 6 damage here, spitting out 2 more, bringing this up to 6. That would be exactly lethal, so should be able to close this out regardless. But they have a Liberator, and the Liberator does blow up my reactor, which is actually nuts. Oh man, the perfect card seems to find its way to the battlefield. It's all good though. Hopefully we can do this without the reactor, or maybe in response we could blow up the reactor if they just make the mistake of not blowing it up right this moment, because it is an instant speed play we can make. All right, we are going to take that damage. Nope, they see it and I think they're going to go for it. Yep. Bummer. Absolute bummer. Well, we still have lethal technically though. I mean, kind of. Well, they have a blocker actually on field, so never mind. Never mind. All right. Just send it all through here. And 1/1 counter this time. Give themselves the pump, and then we send all of these through. That is way more than lethal. Let's just say I do send the Gala Greeters, right? They block like that. Then they block here and here, and then they take 6. Yeah, we're gonna have to leave the Gala Greeters back, aren't we? Yeah, let's just put the pressure on them with the Agnes. I think that's fine. And all the other hasty creatures. This should be fine. I'm just gonna leave the Gala Greeters back again, just as a little bit of a safety net here, because they could, just do a couple chumps here, and then, kill my Gala Greeters, and then they're left with 2 creatures returning fire on me, which wouldn't feel very good. So we're gonna just send it just like so. I can't believe they had the Liberator in hand, man. The Liberator blows up the Dragon Spark reactor. Opponent running artifact removal. What are the odds? Okay. So this thing, though, it gets 2/2 to the end of turn. Activate only once each turn. All right. Opponent thinking pretty hard here, which means they're probably out of answers for us, which is great. But a couple hasty things, and they're going to put me on my heels, that's for sure. I've got to make sure I can block enough of this damage, because there's 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on board as of right now. If they have another haste creature here, that puts me on under the gun, that's for sure. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. They give that... Ah, darn it, man. That's crazy. Okay. All right. So that goes to 5, 6, 7, 8. Like I said, we're taking 8 here. We make the chump block with the Gala Greeters. We should survive this, though, if there's no other place from the opponent. Obviously, there could be a burn spell in their hand, and a simple burn spell takes care of the rest. But it would have to be like a play with fire situation, because they've only got 1 mana to work with. I think we're going to be able to get this, guys. Yeah. We do get the win here. We do get the win here by the skin of our teeth. Yeah, that was a little awkward. The draws weren't exactly great, but you know what? We got the job done. And again, would have been a lot easier if the Liberator didn't blow up our Dragon Spark reactor. GG. All right, well, that was a little too close for comfort. I hate when the opponent seems to have that perfect card, right? That just... shut your stuff down, man. That Dragon Spark reactor going out of play was just a little unfortunate. Opening hand here, actually pretty darn solid. We're gonna go ahead and keep this. And it looks like mono black. Okay, let's hope it's not just super removal heavy. Let's hope that they hopefully, I don't know, it's hard to say. Mono black's a tricky one, isn't it? There's a lot of removal when it comes to mono black, and it's an underdog. That's fine. The Gala Greeters is going to be super helpful for gaining a bit of this life back that we're going to be losing over time. We keep sending the 1/1 over the top. We're the ones who want to be pressuring here. I know they have bigger creatures than we do at the moment, but you know what? It is what it is. Gonna have to figure that out as we go. Professional Face Breaker, obviously, you know, the treasures is nice. This also gains us life down the road, so I'm pretty happy with taking a bit of damage here. It's not a big deal. Yeah, let's go Face Breaker. Let's go with... We don't really need the treasure, do we? Not really. So I think we go with the gain the 2 life scenario here just to kind of mitigate some of that damage, kind of like the last game, and then end the turn. Next turn we've got ourselves the Dancer, and we can start also using the Face Breakers mechanic to draw some extra cards. Hopefully hitting some lands off the top would be great. If we don't hit lands, is it a waste? Full use of the Face Breaker? It doesn't matter. Okay, Face Breaker dies. All right, all that thinking I was doing in my head there didn't matter. All right, Evolve Sleeper, no big deal. I can go ahead and give Gala Greeters a +1 on this next turn, and we're able to attack with all again. Invoke Despair, not too scary. I can give up the Phoenix Chick, no problem. Just got to keep this pressure going, man. Keep the pressure on. Yes, I think that's the move, right? And then they have 1 mana available to them, and it is holding priority. It's probably just the fact that this can grow to a 2/2. So actually, on second thought, we're probably just going to go ahead and just gain some life with this instead of growing it, because they will just block and then pump it up. So no need for me to send that in there. We deal 4, we gain 4. We are now officially in the lead. I can drop another Gala Greeters down 2 with a Sunrise, which is a lot of pressure to be putting on the opponent. All right, they're dealing themselves, you know, damage, but they are giving themselves a Death Touch potential as a blocker. Hopefully not. Hopefully they keep sending it. Obviously that would be pretty foolish, I think, on their part, so I doubt they will. Yeah, they're gonna just go ahead and attack with just the underdog now. All right, nothing changes here. I think Gala Greeters is a fine play. Do we actually want to maybe trigger both of them with one of these? That would be pretty sweet, but at the same time, it's like, is that really the play, or is it not the play? I'm not sure. I feel like we keep the pressure on. Yeah, I feel like we just got to keep the pedal to the metal and the pressure flowing here. If we attack in, they clearly block with the 4/4 here, right? And then they take 3, 4, 5, 6 potential damage. We go up to 18. We're still 3, 4, 5, 6. They block the Gala Greeters, trading that. I like my odds here. I do. I like my odds in going over the top here and just slamming these home. Let's see. Let's see if I end up regretting this or not. Again, we're going to lose our Dancer, but we go to 18. Oh, we don't lose the Dancer. They did not block the way I anticipated. Okay. That is not how I expected that to go down. But what's great about this, too, is I have the Crucible of Defiance, which means I can throw down 2 more creatures to go wide, growing my Gala Greeters even further. This is good stuff, man. Kind of. kind of. All right, let's see. So 1 damage over the top is getting through, 1 damage on the side is getting through, and then they block the other 3. So how do they block here? So they block a 1/1 here. One of these is dying. Well, is it? Yeah, one of these is dying to this, and the other is not. but it does set up a one shot from the Phoenix chick to win the game. I think that's still the attack here, guys. I know that doesn't seem right. They're gonna be left with 2 creatures left over, and they're gonna be killing some of my main creatures here, but I set myself up here for a Phoenix chick over the top victory. It's gonna be tough to pull it off because of all the removal aspects they may have in their deck, but I think it's our best shot of closing the game here. And Invoke Despair doesn't get the job done. Liliana doesn't get the job done. It would have to be a very specific, you know, removal spell. They just killed themselves. I win. Yikes. Yikes. I did not. Okay, let me clarify something, because I know a lot of people like to be like, wow, you only win because your opponents do silly things. If my opponent was forced into a position where they felt the need that they had to draw a card, means they didn't have the answer in hand, which means we were probably going to win that either way. The Phoenix chick going over the top, because again, they needed a very specific spot removal, whether it be Soul Transfer or like an Infernal Grasp, but even that would kill them. It'd have to be very specifically a cut down or like a Soul Transfer. Those were really the only 2 cards they could have had that could have stopped me there. So I think overall, I think that attack was the right move, and I'm pretty happy with that. that was an interesting way to end a game, I'd say. I feel bad for that opponent, man. That's always hard. I've done that. I've done things silly like that, and everyone watching this video has done something silly like that at one point. I get to go first. I don't like it, but I'll keep it. I'll keep it. I mean, if we hit a green source off the top, I'm going to be really, really happy, but nope, we do not. All right. And it looks like we might be against mono blue, which would be such a bummer. And it is. Yikes. Okay. Mono blue, huh? Mono blue. Oh, is it? Ow. Okay. How about a little Gala Greeters? Clearly they have something. Let's make this appear. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, that's fine. That's a-okay with me, because I have Agnes. And I am going to put the pressure on. We are a little behind though here. It looks like this might actually be a Grixis mid-range build. It's not every day you see a Fable the Mirror Breaker in an Izzet's control type deck, but it is strange to see Consider and Make Disappear be your first 2 plays and not be some form of like counter control deck. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's go with this. Does this resolve? I could at least get around like a Make Disappear with this play, so. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think this is the matchup for us. I think we're in a lot of trouble here if I'm being real. All right, we create another treasure. I'm just gonna pass the turn. I'm really just trying to avoid all of those types of counter spells where they hit us with, you know, Make Disappear, pay 2. You know, I want to make sure we have a buildup of treasures here where we can, you know, tap as much mana as we need to resolve our spells. But that really only works against Make Disappear and Syncopate. Those are really the only 2. But it's better to cover your bases as much as possible, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going for here. Reflection of the Kiki Chiki's on field now too, though. So if they play a creature and they have the ability to copy it, that could be a problem. So we're gonna have to try to speed this up a little bit. Maybe we try to unload our hand here on the next go. We'll see. That's interesting. All right, let's try this first. Let's see if it sticks, and then I'll probably just put a Sticky Fingers on it as well. And gosh, I really hope it sticks. I don't know if it's going to. They have so much mana to work with now. Wow, it does stick. Okay, well, does it get burned out or bounced? Probably. Well, they touched it like they're gonna do something with it, so You know what? Let's play out the professional Facebreaker. It's a source of card advantage. So if we play out the Facebreaker and it sticks, we can get card advantage off of it later, which they may not really notice because it's really kind of a secondary ability. Not a lot of people put a lot of thought into, including myself. But it is a very good card draw engine here in our deck. So this came in this turn, or did this? I didn't have a land come in this turn. All right. Either way, we do get another treasure off of both the Facebreaker and the Agnes. And I'm going to end our turn. And then from now on, I can draw a ton of cards each turn to find what we need. I mean, they didn't counter anything, which I'm really shocked about. I'm really waiting for those counter spells to come through. But then again, our opponent might be hitting the Memory Deluge here to go find like a burn down the house mechanic, which could sweep the board up. Which would be a bit of a bummer, but I would draw a card off of that. I guess that's one way to look at it. And I could get an attack through right away following that up, which is kind of cool. But man, I don't know what we're up against. I guess I'm just upset because I probably could have played this a lot differently had I known, but I didn't know what we were up against. And the opponent does take advantage of that. Yeah. I knew they were going to sweep the board here. I had the feeling. I'm surprised they didn't use the oh, they didn't have the mana for it. I was gonna say I'm surprised they didn't kick that, but we do close out the game. Actually, it looks like we did get a good top deck here with the Fleetfoot Dancer, so that'll be GG's unless they have a Fading Hope, which looks like they do. Wow, kind of crazy, huh? They used it too early. Why are my opponents making so many mistakes? Oh, they should have done that during combat. What are you doing, my guy? Oh, my opponent's making too many mistakes tonight. But hey, we're going to keep capitalizing as long as we can. I guess that's what happens when we get the Mythic super late, though, and we drop to the bottom of the 80 percentiles. But if they would have just held that Fading Hope for the last second and bounced my Fleetwood at the attack step, I wouldn't have had lethal there, and they could have opened up a potential like sweeper again on us. But I probably would have held this back in hand because of that reason. But either way, GG's, man. GG's. All right, Naya getting the job done. That was a tough game, though. I'm gonna be honest again, guys. I didn't know how to play that in the early game because I had no information. I just did not know what we were playing against. The opponent being on Izzet threw me off. I thought for sure it was like a Grixis build, and then early on I thought it was like a mono blue tempo deck. I couldn't, you know, peg what they were trying to do there. It was throwing me off. All right, we definitely keep this hand, I think, here. The treasures from the Galley Greeter should get us there. The question becomes, though, do we play the Phoenix Chick first, or do we hold it for the potential to get the treasures? I'm going to actually do something crazy and hold it in my hand to try to get it out after Galley Greeters, because there's a strong possibility we miss our third land drop, which would be a bit sad. But at least we get treasures out of it and fix our mana a bit. All right. I do like that we killed the Catilda there early, though, too, because this could be like a 5-color human deck, and that might be their main way to retrieve all the mana colors they may need. All right, that's fine. Double Gala. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. All right. Get all the treasures that we may need. Smack them in the face here. They chump block the 2. Wow, okay. I'm really happy about that, actually. I didn't expect them to do that. They must be under the gun then, because their hand may not be looking so sweet, because why would you absorb 2 damage? That doesn't seem like a very good idea, in my opinion. All right, let's go with simple little Voltage Surge. Submit 0 on that. Little Fleetwood here. Little Fleetwood Mac. And this one will create a treasure. This one we will put a 1/1 counter on so we can swing with all. And we're looking to close this game out extremely fast. Another haste creature going to make its way to the board next turn too. Destroy evil. Okay, but that is on their upkeep, so they are using their mana for the turn. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potential damage in hand here. Not enough though. Not enough. Well, actually, if I drop this down, they grow even further, don't they? Hold on. Hold on now. Screw these Gallic Readers. Keep them going. We do this. We send the team through, and then Voltage Surge. How do we want to do that? I think we just go here right now. All right, so they're gonna need to make blocks. It's not about whether they want to or not. They have to, and they choose the double block there, which brings them down to 2. Pretty bold move there, to be honest. Not spreading the blockers out there a little bit. Catilda comes down, not a problem. King Darian comes down, not a problem. Okay, I mean, they are problems, but if I find a creature off the top, oh, gotta make things a little tricky, huh? A little tricky. All right, the opponent. Let's hope they don't draw something crazy off the top here, because we've got this game wrapped up otherwise. Yep, I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm pretty sure that closes the game out. There it is. GG's. Whew. That I like how we were able to switch up the game plan there, because the other games I feel like were a little bit slower, and this one we were able to see the matchup there a little bit faster, and like, okay, we're going to switch the tempo here, and we're actually going to get super aggressive. Instead of spitting out treasures, we're going to actually just go super hard with the +1/+1 counters and try to slam it into their face. But good game. And this deck's pretty cool, but I hope we can get a Dragon Spark Reactor win here in the next couple of games. That would be really fun. I really want to showcase to you guys how that works, because I've done it in playtesting, and it was really nice. I was able to blow up the opponent in one move, which was really cool. I get to go first. I guess this is okay. It's not ideal, but I can make this work. Evolved Sleeper. We'll be seeing you, unfortunately. And a Face Breaker, huh? Good old Face Breaker. All right, Tenacious Underdog. We do get a green source. That's kind of nice. Face Breaker on the field. And then from here on out, anything we play will be getting us these treasure tokens, which is fantastic. Just kidding. I did not mean what I said. Opponent shut that down pretty quick, didn't they? But we do have the fleet answer. At the same time, though, Liliana shuts us down pretty hard. I'm going to go with the Reckless Stormseeker with the treasure tokens. I'm hoping that'll get us going here, and if it dies, I get to draw a card, so. All right, that's not a problem. I have Menace, so if they send their Tenacious Underdog through, I'm chilling. All right, the reactor's kind of nice. All right, so they clearly want to double block me, which is not smart on my part if I attack, so gonna pass the turn here. That's annoying. That is annoying, but I get to draw a card, which is helpful. By the way, Rakdos colors. I didn't even notice that until just now. They've got a red source on the field. That's not good. All right, we're gonna go with the Fleet Dancer first. That way we can gain a bit of this life back, because I can't really just let them keep running through me like this. I'm gonna be in trouble here soon if I don't start gaining some of that life back. But I think the train of victories here is probably coming to an end very soon. The opponent, oh yeah, they just got lethal. They've got a pretty crafty way of getting it here. They're just gonna sack a creature from the graveyard. Boom, that's 1 damage. That's 9 total. GG's. Yep, mono black gets the job done. We just took way too much damage way too fast, but it's all good. It's all good. We weren't able to go wide enough with mono black having spot removal ready to go like that. It's a bit unfortunate. The cool thing about playing aggro though is we get to play a lot of games. I mean, that's always fun. Love to get to see a lot of matchups because the games are a lot shorter. But anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying today's video. Thanks for watching. I apologize for me being sick all weekend, man. I'm sure the plays haven't been there, and I've been making a lot of misplays and just my voice and all that. It's just, I apologize, but hopefully you guys are still having some fun here. All right, so we're gonna do the exact same thing we did that one game because this hand looks almost identical, where we play the Gala Greeters and then the Phoenix Chick, and we get rewarded again for being patient on that and not being too aggressive, because I want to make sure that we, you know, again, if we don't hit that third land drop, I want to make sure we're prepared with treasures to fix that problem. So I'm super happy we're able to take care of that Ronin too. That is a problem card. Okay, there goes our ability to fix our mana. Uh-oh. All right, well, the good news is if we do find a third land, no matter what the color, I can get a Facebreaker in, which does get us treasures right away. So as long as the Phoenix Chick stays alive, of course. There is a caveat to that. Oh, thank God. I really thought we weren't going to hit our land drop. I was like, this is how we're going to lose this game too. Crazy. All right. We're chilling. We're chilling because we have the Fleetfoot Dancer. Every time I say that, I stutter, and then I don't know why. I think I got to chill out, talk a little bit slower. I get into YouTube mode where I'm just like, commentate. All right, that's fine, I guess. It's not really, but it is. Because we're going to take 3 this turn, but we're going to gain 4 next turn, and that'll give us a big edge. Ooh, Gala Greeter seems pretty fun, though. I think I have to be aggressive, though. Get that 5 damage, take him to 13. We go back up to 16. Feels pretty good. The Dancer does a really good job too of avoiding a lot of the things mono red wants to do, which is burn, right? And it doesn't necessarily have a very weak toughness. It's going to be able to tank a lot of the burn spells that they want to play. They leave back 1 chump blocker, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because I have trample. All right, let's get down the Gala Greeters. We take some damage for this, but it's fine because we gain damage in the long run when things enter the battlefield now. So there's benefit to be had there. And I think they realize it now that it has the trample. So they may not block. We'll see. We'll see. I'd be happy if they do. The more things we can take out along the way as we attack, be great. Nope, they do eat it. Up to 14. The Dancer really gonna win us this game, honestly. I was really nervous there though for a second when they killed that Gala Greeters off the rip. I thought for sure we were gonna be toast there, but being able to get down the Facebreaker and get that treasure was so clean. Nice. Okay, so they've slowed their pace here a little bit. We are gonna go double Gala Greeters now, and we'll go treasure first because I need to make sure. All right, they are going to quadruple block this thing, or triple block, whatever. Yeah, I figured as much. It's fine. We gain the life nonetheless, and we have 2 Gala Greeters on the field now, and you have no field of your own, so I am feeling pretty good about this victory coming up. We've got anything in the hand that we want to be playable, and we're gaining 4 life a turn if we really want to, so there's really nothing the opponent can do. Okay, there's something they can do. They can drop a 7/7 on my face. That's pretty brutal. That's actually really brutal. Can we end the game here? 2, 4, 5. We can't end the game here, so we are gonna have to gain that life. What a bummer though, huh? I didn't expect them to drop a 7/7 on my head. Jeez. I was literally talking all the smoke too. 3. I mean, lead back the chick. Seems. Oh, the chick can't block. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, jeez. It doesn't matter. We wouldn't have been able to kill him anyways, which is why I was considering leaving the chick back to block, because I knew we didn't have lethal, but it can't block anyways. What a dodo move, huh? Should have left back something else that could have blocked maybe. It's all good though. We're down to 4. They've got 1 card in hand, and it wasn't a haste creature, so there's no burn spells that get that job done. I don't believe so. Pretty sure we're safe here. They burned everything out, but hey, it's all good. Everything we own is haste. Haste approved. Even with the little mistake that we made there, we were able to close it out. Can't believe I left the Phoenix chick back to block there. That was just out of my I'm thinking, oh, it's a flyer. Block the flyer. Yikes. That actually turned into a game there pretty quick at the end. I was talking all that junk too, like, yeah, we got this easy peasy, and then boom, the 7/7 flyer with haste. Like, what? Oh, brother. What are these hands, man? I haven't seen a 2 or a 3-land hand in a minute, have we? Because I mean, I'm running 25 lands. You would think it'd be pretty easy to get this going, especially with all the treasure we generate, but I feel like we've been struggling for lands this whole time. Bummer. And the opponent goes first too, which is so fun. Okay, we can keep this. Man, I don't know. I don't know. All right, Golgari colors. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. No turn 2 play, and then I play out Gallic Greeters, then they Infernal Grasp it. This is going to be pretty bad. I have a feeling. Going second here was tough enough, but then hitting a mulligan on top of that, and then seeing removal colors. Every sign is pointing to bad. Bad news bears. I'm just happy we've made some progress today on the ladder. I really am, because being at the bottom of the ladder never feels very good. Down at the 80-something percentile. Not ideal. Well, the opponent clearly has something they can play at instant speed that's not removal, which is kind of strange. What could that possibly be? I don't know. I don't know what that would be. Green and black with instant speed mechanics without it being removal. Now that's a riddle. Riddle me that, Batman. All right, good old Phoenix chick, come on down. I think I'm gonna get aggressive here and just put the 1/1 counter on the Gallic Greeters, because I don't have any purpose or need for the well, I could use the treasure token for a voltage surge on, like, let's say a shakedown heavy type of a creature, but they would have played it on turn 3 if they had it, right? So I feel like, plussing this up is fine. I don't know, man. They've got me completely confused right now. I am bewildered at the moment. All right, swing on through. Does it land? Does it land? Either that or the opponent is just holding full control on us right now, which it wouldn't be very surprising based on the way that they're playing at the moment. Very slow, very tedious. It could just be that they have full control on, which would be such an annoying thing to do. I hope that's not the case. But it looks like it might be. Ugh. Getting tired. It's been a long day. All right, that's a 2/2, which qualifies for my voltage surge. And we get down the Fleet Dancer. Let's go. Fleet Foot Dancer. I would like to say the whole thing, but every time I say Fleet Foot too fast, I have a lisp, and sure a lot of you guys already visited the comment section to let me know. Speaking of the comment section, guys, I know I haven't been talking to you guys too much in comments, and I do apologize. It's been an absolute show around here trying to get these videos done for you guys. Five videos a week has been really tough for you boy lately, so I do apologize. I am reading them, I am keeping my eye on them, but just don't have time to go in there and, you know, heart everyone and then also comment on all of them. It's just not something, unfortunately, I have time at the moment for. This thing transforms, which is a nightmare. They get to go look at the top of their deck for some stuff. You hate to see it. What the heck? What are you doing? I guess they can play it though with this card. Not anymore, they can't though. They needed to turn back to daytime. Okay, I think I see what they're doing, but that's really strange. So are they just really, are these like the essential win con to the deck where they play it and then they use the 2 mana to play ridiculous outside their color type things like that? I mean, we're gonna be able to close this game out, I think, and win the game, but I'm baffled that that sort of the game plan might actually work. That seems pretty crazy, because it's very dependent upon you being able to draw these, unless they just really didn't find their mana. They could be 5 colors, which would make sense. They maybe just didn't find them. The Celestis is any color they want it to be, so I don't know. But anyways, good game. That is going to conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We are going to break the deck down and talk about it a little bit further, but before I do so, I wanted to give you guys a huge shout out if you made it this far. I want to say I do appreciate that a ton, because the YouTube algorithm loves to see the watch time stuff, so thanks for sticking with me. I do appreciate that support, and it helps out an absolute ton, so thank you. But with that being said, let's take a look at today's build. It was a deck built all around Agnes, really. This is a card I've been wanting to try for quite some time. I should have tried it when Goldspan was a thing, but this is a really cool card, man. Being able to come in with haste and then create these treasures is really, really cool. It's basically got that sort of same mechanic that the Goldspan had, but on steroids, because all of your other creatures with haste can also produce these treasures. So I did want to build around this, but this was a tricky thing to build around, because if you just build a whole deck full of haste creatures and you never draw the Agnes, then you just got a bunch of haste creatures, and that's not necessarily super great. I mean, it can be, but it's not really that great with the the field of cards that we have currently. So I had to come up with other ways to get creative here of creating these treasures. If we didn't find an Agnes, I wanted to find something else that could create treasures, which is why we also went with the Gala Greeters and the Professional Facebreaker, and we've got the Sticky Fingers. All 3 of these things produce treasures in their own way as well, and then the rest of the deck around that is where we kind of filled in these trampling, hasty things that can get through really fast, create these treasures, and also hit the opponent for these Professional Facebreaker treasure tokens as well. So we're trying to just spam these treasures, and then on top of that, you saw in some of these matchups how good Gala Greeter can actually be with the life gain mechanic too. So there's a lot going on here. And of course, with the removal, I wanted to make sure that the Dragon Spark Reactor was obviously going to be one of those main tools, because it can blow something up, but also it can end a game really quickly too by filling up with charge counters very fast with all these treasures being placed onto the battlefield. But it was also something I was trying to finish the game with and not necessarily spot remove with, so we had to splash in a couple of Voltage Surge here. Voltage Surge is just a really great removal tool, especially if you're going to be sacking a treasure to play it out. For 1 mana, dealing 4 damage at instant speed, you know, you can't beat that value. It's just really, really good. Of course, the haste creatures we chose are some of the usual suspects. We got the Phoenix chick in here, and the main reason for the Phoenix chick is because I'm trying to get the Sticky Fingers onto it as quick as possible. And then we got, of course, the Storm Seeker, Cavalier, and then the Fleetfoot Dancer. I mean, all 3 of these are, you know, these last 3 creatures are just absolute savages when it comes to haste. It was a deck that I found, you know, to kind of slow down a little bit in value in the late game. Like, you know, it doesn't recover super great against sweepers, but the fact that most of the creatures we're going to be top decking will have haste could potentially, you know, win you the game after a big sweeper if you got them down low enough. So that is one of the big problems I found with this deck today, but the idea is there. I just wish that we had a better way to, you know, gain card advantage. And aside from that, though, I mean, it is pretty. It's a versatile deck. It can move fast. It can kind of go late game with the Dragon Spark Reactor, or we can even kind of prolong a game and try to take advantage of these smaller aggro decks like mono red, because we've got things like Gallagreeters getting us life. I think there's ways around each matchup to where we can, you know, potentially get these wins. But these sweeper decks are going to be tough to beat, because like I said, we just don't refuel very quickly. But I think the deck was a lot of fun, and I do think it was good enough, obviously, to compete in, you know, the Mythic ladder and get a couple of wins. But as always, I'm going to leave it to you guys. If you guys have any ideas on how to make the deck any better, by all means, leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But before I get out of here and end this video, I want to give you guys a little notice that tomorrow and the next day's video, I'm very excited for those. We have a reanimator deck tomorrow, but Friday especially, we've got a really cool deck, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But also tonight, there will be a live stream tonight, so come on by on the live stream. It'll be going on from 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, MST, till 8, so 2 hours. If you want, just hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when we go live. We will be playing against you guys, actually, so if you guys want to join in and play against me, you can do that. But before I get out of here, as always, a huge shout out to the Marty Mob. If you guys don't know, the Marty Mob is the membership program here on the channel, so got to give these guys all a huge thank you and appreciation for helping support the channel monetarily through their monthly membership. So thank you so very much for everything you guys do. It does mean an absolute ton to me, and it helps more than you know. So thank you so much. I appreciate your support. And with that being said, though, guys, we're going to end the video here. We'll see you guys back here again on another video tomorrow. And until next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.